Dallas Children's Advocacy Center, or DCAC as we like to call it, is a large nonprofit in Dallas County that coordinates the investigation and prosecution of severe child abuse cases, as well as provide the mental health services that help a child really heal from the trauma of abuse.
The smart solutions that I see that the DCAC offers is a collaboration of professionals. Not only do you have law enforcement, you also have child protective services, you have professional counseling, you have family advocates that can help the process of investigating these cases and go far beyond the initial investigation. The DCAC provides everything that our victims need, them and their families.
If I were describing City Square to someone who's never heard of it, I would say that we're kind of a big deal, that we're fighting the causes and effects of poverty. And poverty attacks people on all fronts, so we're fighting back on all fronts. We're this amazing collection of folks that believe everybody's rich and everybody's poor, just in different ways. And we're creating a community where we can tap into the wealth of the poor in the fight against poverty.
You know, it's amazing dealing with certain neighbors. They're always used to being challenged. They're always used to standing in long lines and told no and things of this nature. But, you know, when you lend that helping hand and you show that you care, you know, you see the neighbor that pep in their step. You see the smile, the aura changes. I mean, when people have been told no and stepped on and disregarded, and when you start to help and see the change in them, I don't know, man. It just makes it worthwhile coming to work to see that individual, you know, that had that look of despair maybe a few months ago, and now they're working or they're getting income, and, you know, you could just see the change.
The progress Carson has made in the eQuest program, to me personally, is nothing less than a miracle. When he started, he could not raise his chin off his chest. He couldn't sit up straight. He certainly couldn't sit on a horse by himself. This program has changed the life of my son, Carson, and of course our entire family.
When I think about the impact that this program has had for our family, we had older children as well. They got to see a community come together and support their sister with special needs, and then they got involved too. So then they became volunteers, and their friends came with them and they volunteered, and it just continued to propel that community spirit, and I think that's the biggest impact.
In our most recent survey of our clients, 100% of our clients responded that their lives have been greatly improved because of being on that horse or working with the horse. It's that human-animal connection that's so powerful, and why we can often achieve therapy goals here at eQuest that other forms of therapy can't. So that's a very smart solution.
My son served in combat in Iraq. And he came back a different person. It's common, you always hear that soldiers they won't talk about their experiences that they had in war, and there's obviously must be a reason for that. It kind of indicates how horrible it must be. And there's a lot of issues that they deal with when they get back. I've lived it. I've witnessed it in my child, and you can't get more personal than that.
By coming to the center, taking SMART, they help you, like a coach would, understand how the brain works and what's going on in it, and then how to maximize the potential in your own brain. And that's pretty powerful.
at the Center for Brain Health's Brain Performance Institute developed a SMART program. And so it's a cognitive training program. And what this program does is enhances frontal lobe areas, so core cognitive functions associated with the frontal lobe. These areas are associated with things like focus, attention, memory, and all sorts of things like that. With the Warrior Initiative, our focus is primarily on serving active duty military veterans and spouses and first responders.